Rose is putting more pressure on Jane than usual. The reason for this last session of face-biting was Jane attempting to eat off of this carcass before Rose. This is against pack rules, but would ordinarily only result in a harsh vocal warning. Last time Rose dominated Jane, it was because Jane actually caused injury to another pack member with her recklessness. Now it seems Rose is resorting to violence when she is merely annoyed. Titus and Rose's relationship is also progressing, much more positively, at least for them. They haven't mated yet, but Rose is beginning to engage in basic nesting behaviors. For Jane, this could lead to further degradation of her social status. Rose and Titus become a close pair, and Jane ends up more isolated and abused than ever. It's a possible future that appears to be moving closer to the present. William runs off, and Jane does not pursue him. She knows in her current, hungry and weak state that she shouldn't be going after such a prey animal. Chasing the large herbivore was primarily a stress release. Many hours later, and the northern scrubland is lit only by moonlight. Our normal cameras won't do much in the darkness, so we'll have to use more specialized technology. Junior sleeps, his massive body slowly regaining strength from the slumber. A distant roar is enough to wake him. Quickly, he notices that Charon is nowhere to be seen. He checks on the nest. As time passes, his parental instincts are becoming stronger, and his eggs are his primary concern day to day. He walks off to look for his mate. Out in the shadows, Charon is not hunting. The Stegosaurus is frightened but does not appear to be in any actual immediate danger, as Charon keeps wandering aimlessly through the trees. She begins to rub and scratch her head on the bark. She shakes the canopy as her odd behavior continues. An Edmontosaurus watches from afar. She doesn't seem to notice. Junior's call appears to snap her back to reality. The two mates stare at each other, and both look equally confused. Things seem normal again as the two walk back to their nest. Whatever was causing Sharon's strange episode seems to be gone and forgotten. The sounds of scavengers echo from the nest. After the group of small mammals has run off, only one egg remains. Tonight will be haunted by the anguished cries of tyrannosaurs. In the southern rainforest, Ernest and Doyle are preparing to bed down. The two have now been isolated out here for over a week. Food shortage has not been a problem, as lush vegetation dominates the region. But water has been surprisingly difficult to locate. During the daylight hours, a river could be heard in the distance, but cicadas have since drowned it out. They'll go searching for the river in the morning, when they can pinpoint its direction. Ernest decides to check the area for predators before he tries to sleep. Unlike us, he is not staring through a night vision lens, and he can hardly see more than a meter in front of himself. Ernest now knows he is not alone out here. He checks the surrounding trees one more time before going back to Doyle. Ernest just came into contact with a female Giganotosaurus, a rarity here in the south, and the third largest predator on the island. In the eastern plains, we see that the Camarasaurus carcass is moving. This is how the Utah Raptor pack has been avoiding scavengers. It takes all of their combined strength, and the progress is slow, but they can and do move the body of the Camarasaur systematically. They then clean up the trail of flesh it leaves behind, and in the end, their strategy quite effectively confuses other carnivores. They would bring it back to their nest in the dark woodland, but that's a long ways to drag such a massive body. Not to mention there's no guarantee it would even fit within the dense foliage of that region. Shredder has been testing Razor lately, but even with a broken arm, Razor is still the alpha. Shredder will not be feeding from the carcass directly. He will be cleaning up the mess it left behind, at least for now. Razor and Switchblade have built up a strong relationship in recent months. Switchblade is the beta, second in command. As pack mates and family members, they are close and supportive. And Switchblade is still worried about his father's injury. Razor's arm isn't getting worse, but it isn't getting better either. It is impossible to know what the future may hold for the pack. But in this present moment, their biggest problem appears to be nothing more than Shredder and Katana squabbling, and for that, they are thankful. Even further south, back in the rainforest, Doyle is still sleeping. After last night's encounter, the two herbivores moved as far as they could with their given energy, and then bedded down. Ernest is up and already on edge. Every tiny noise grabs his attention. Doyle heard that noise. The sound of a distant breaking stick has distracted them from the real danger at hand. The Giganotosaurus failed her rather poorly executed attack. And Doyle has made it clear that she won't win in a one-on-one fight. Her nearly 50-foot-long body has sustained a powerful blow from the whipped tail of the young sauropod. The deadly marauder backs off, but she will return. Ernest and Doyle get a move on. They would rather not be around when she does.